Meghan Markle's ability to turn any moment of sincerity into a publicity stunt has reached a new low. Her recent display of emotion, complete with tears perfectly timed for the camera at a charity event, has left even her staunchest defenders wincing. Once again, Meghan has managed to transform what should have been a moment of collective grief and empathy into yet another performance starring herself. The tabloids call it fake tears. Critics call it manipulation. But let's call it what it really is: Meghan Markle's latest act in her never-ending theatre of self-promotion. At an event meant to honor the life of a friend's late son, Meghan's tears appeared as conveniently placed as her photographers. The problem isn't that she cried, it's that she made sure everyone saw her cry. There's an unmistakable difference between heartfelt emotion and rehearsed vulnerability, and Meghan has long blurred that line for her own gain. What was supposed to be a tribute to someone else's tragedy became another Markle moment, a chance to recast herself as the misunderstood, compassionate duchess the world supposedly doesn't appreciate. It's difficult to ignore the cynicism of the timing. Just when whispers about the cracks in her marriage to Prince Harry begin to dominate headlines, here comes Meghan, hand in hand with her husband, eyes glistening with well-placed tears, the perfect image of devotion and empathy. Coincidence? Hardly. Every public appearance from the Sussex camp seems carefully choreographed to drown out whatever unflattering narrative is circulating that week. When Meghan's image dips, out come the tissues, the lenses, and the conveniently timed emotional display. This isn't the first time Meghan has exploited emotion for attention. From the Oprah interview to the Netflix docuseries, she has mastered the art of performative pain. Every sigh, every tear, every dramatic pause has been carefully edited, rehearsed, and delivered with cinematic precision. It's not empathy, it's strategy. She sells sadness like it's a product, packaging it in sympathy and monetizing it through exposure. The more tragic she appears, the more relevant she becomes. It's a brand, not a burden. And that's the tragedy of Meghan Markle's public persona. Even when she tries to be genuine, it feels artificial. Her emotional moments come with professional lighting, exclusive press access, and a conveniently placed lens. It's difficult to believe in authenticity when the performance is so meticulously staged. For someone who constantly claims to crave privacy, Meghan seems incapable of letting a single tear fall without a camera nearby. By inserting herself into moments of grief that are not hers to own, she cheapens them. Her so-called compassion rings hollow because it always seems to orbit her own image. The focus, inevitably, shifts from the tragedy being honored to Meghan's face, Meghan's tears, Meghan's supposed sensitivity. And in that shift lies the problem. True empathy is selfless, Meghan's brand of empathy is self-serving. It's telling that many have begun to brand her a tragedy gal, a harsh but not inaccurate description of someone who feeds off the sorrow of others to elevate her own profile. Meghan's PR team understands that sympathy sells. The Duchess, framed as fragile yet resilient, wounded yet courageous, continues to play the same role, the woman the world has wronged. But there's only so long the public can stomach the same performance before it turns stale. The irony is that Meghan's every attempt to appear authentic only exposes how artificial her image truly is. Her tears don't evoke compassion, they provoke suspicion. Her attempts to silence gossip about her marriage only fuel more of it. Because when everything looks staged, people stop believing anything is real. The more she performs vulnerability, the less believable it becomes. If Meghan truly wanted to honor her friend's late son, she would have done so quietly, gracefully, without turning the event into a spectacle. But silence doesn't generate headlines, and humility doesn't trend. Instead, she chose the route that guarantees front-page coverage, emotion on demand. It's the same pattern we've seen for years, a carefully timed emotional moment that conveniently overshadows the uncomfortable questions about her relevance, her marriage, or her career. The saddest part of all this is how little substance remains behind Meghan's ever-changing image. Once, she could have used her platform to inspire genuine compassion and action. Instead, she's become synonymous with opportunism, a woman who treats every cause like a stage and every tragedy like a backdrop. The Duchess who cried wolf one too many times is now met not with sympathy, but with skepticism. It's almost poetic that Meghan's own obsession with image has become her downfall. In trying so hard to appear human, she's become almost mechanical, a walking press release of emotion, constantly calibrated for effect. And when every tear looks manufactured, even the real ones lose their meaning. What Meghan fails to understand is that credibility isn't built through dramatics, it's built through consistency, humility, and truth. The Queen she so often sought to overshadow understood this instinctively. Grace is quiet, dignity doesn't need an audience, and sincerity doesn't need a script. Meghan's problem is that she's incapable of understanding those values, because they can't be performed, they have to be lived. So, yes, call them fake tears if you must. Because that's what they looked like, the latest act in a long, tiresome production where Meghan Markle remains both the director and the star. In a world that's learning to see through her theatrics, her emotional manipulations no longer command respect, only eye rolls. The Duchess may still be chasing sympathy, but all she's really earning now is indifference.